What if I told you that 90% of women are unknowingly destroying their feminine energy every single day? And what's even more shocking is that neuroscience research has identified exactly 10 small daily habits that can completely transform your mental state, confidence, and inner power in just 30 days. Today, I'm going to break down the deep psychology behind feminine energy, not the spiritual stuff you've heard before, but the actual brain science. These aren't just habits. They're neurological rewiring techniques that successful women use to activate their most powerful psychological state. If you've been feeling drained, anxious, or disconnected from your true self, this video will change everything. Stay until the end because habit number 10 will completely shift how you see yourself. Welcome back to the channel. And I help you understand the psychology behind personal transformation. Today, we're diving deep into feminine energy, but from a purely scientific perspective. Here's what most people don't understand. Feminine energy isn't about being soft or weak, according to psychological research. It's about operating from your brain's most powerful state, what neuroscientists call the rest and digest mode versus the fight or flight response. When you're in your feminine energy, you're accessing the prefrontal cortex, your brain's CEO. When you're disconnected from it, you're stuck in the amygdala, your brain's alarm system. This affects everything: your decision-making, creativity, relationships, and overall life satisfaction. The 10 habits I'm about to share are based on polyvagal theory, neuroscience research, and behavioral psychology. Each habit literally rewires your nervous system for success. ASP-A1E, the Gentle Awakening Protocol. Habit number 1, never rush out of bed in the morning. Here's the psychology behind this. When you wake up, your brain transitions from delta waves to alpha waves. This transition period, called the hypnagogic state, is when your subconscious mind is most programmable. If you immediately jump into stress mode, you're literally programming your nervous system for anxiety. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that women who take 10-15 minutes to wake up gently have 40% lower cortisol levels throughout the day. Cortisol is your stress hormone. When it's high, your feminine energy shuts down. Instead, create what I call the Gentle Awakening Protocols. Stay in bed for 10 minutes. Breathe deeply. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the biological foundation of feminine energy. Psychologically, you're moving from reactive mode to responsive mode. You're telling your brain, I am safe, I am in control, and I choose my emotional state. Habit 20, the blood sugar psychology connection. Habit number 2, eat a protein-rich breakfast within 1 hour of waking. This isn't about nutrition, it's about brain chemistry. Here's what happens psychologically when you skip breakfast: your blood sugar drops, triggering your brain's survival response. Your amygdala, the fear center, takes control. You become reactive, anxious, and operate from scarcity thinking. Studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition prove that women with stable blood sugar show 60% better emotional regulation. When your brain has steady fuel, you can access higher-level thinking, creativity, intuition, and strategic planning. From a psychological perspective, eating breakfast is an act of self-respect. You're telling your subconscious mind, I deserve nourishment, I am worth caring for. This programs your brain for abundance thinking instead of survival mode. The specific breakfast psychology. Protein activates dopamine, your motivation neurotransmitter. Healthy fats support serotonin, your happiness chemical. Complex carbs provide steady glucose to your prefrontal cortex, your decision-making center. This combination creates what I call psychological stability, the foundation of feminine energy. Habit 30, the intention-setting neuroscience. Habit number 3, ask yourself every morning, how do I want to feel today? This question activates what neuroscientists call the reticular activating system, your brain's filtering mechanism. When you set an emotional intention, your brain literally reorganizes reality to match that feeling. Research from Stanford University shows that people who set daily emotional intentions are 3x more likely to experience positive emotions throughout the day. Why? Because you're programming your subconscious mind to notice and create opportunities that align with your desired feeling state. Psychologically, this habit shifts you from victim consciousness to creator consciousness. Instead of asking, what's going to happen to me today? You're asking, what am I going to create today? This is feminine energy in action, leading with intuition and emotional intelligence rather than pure logic and force. Now, before I continue with the remaining habits, I need to tell you something that will completely change how you see these practices. Most women implement these habits but see no results. Why? Because they're missing the psychological foundation. These aren't just random activities. They're a systematic approach to rewiring your nervous system. If you've been feeling like nothing works for you, or you've tried self-improvement before without lasting change, pay close attention to habits 4 through 10. They build on each other psychologically. Also, let me know in the comments which of the first 3 habits resonates most with you. I read every comment and often reply with personalized advice. Habit 4, the psychology of intentional presentation. Habit number 4, get dressed with psychological intention, even when staying home. This taps into what psychologists call unclothed cognition, how clothing affects your mental processes. Research from Northwestern University proves that what you wear literally changes your brain activity. When you dress intentionally, you activate your ideal self schema in your brain. You're not just putting on clothes, you're putting on an identity. This affects your posture, confidence, and decision-making throughout the day. From a feminine energy perspective, this is about honoring yourself as worthy of beauty and care. You're programming your subconscious mind, I deserve to feel beautiful. I am worth the effort. The psychology here is profound. External changes create internal shifts. When you look put together, your brain produces more confidence chemicals, testosterone and dopamine. Habit 5, the nervous system protection protocol. Habit number 5, turn off all non-essential phone notifications and batch your responses. This is about protecting your nervous system from constant stimulation. Every notification triggers a micro-stress response in your brain. Over time, this creates chronic overwhelm, the enemy of feminine energy. Research from the University of California shows that people who check notifications constantly have attention spans similar to those with ADHD. Your brain never gets to rest in the alpha wave state where creativity and intuition flourish. Psychologically, constant notifications put you in reactive mode. You're responding to other people's priorities instead of creating from your own centered space. Batching responses, checking messages only 2-3 times per day, allows your brain to maintain what psychologists call cognitive coherence. This is the mental state where feminine energy thrives. Habit 6, the beauty psychology principle. Habit number 6, create micro moments of beauty throughout your day. This activates what researchers call the aesthetic emotion connection in your brain. When you experience beauty, your brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. Studies from the University of Pennsylvania show that people exposed to beauty throughout the day have 35% better mood regulation and increased creativity. Beauty literally rewires your brain for positive emotions. From a psychological perspective, prioritizing beauty is about shifting from scarcity thinking to abundance thinking. You're telling your subconscious, there is enough beauty in my life. I deserve to experience joy in small moments. This could be lighting a candle, arranging flowers, or simply cleaning your workspace. Each act of beautification is a psychological investment in your feminine energy. Habit 7, the embodiment psychology technique. Habit number 7, check in with your body for tension throughout the day. This practice is based on somatic psychology, the understanding that your body stores emotional states. When you hold physical tension, you're literally holding stress in your nervous system. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that people who practice body awareness have 50% better emotional regulation. Why? Because tension in your jaw, shoulders, or stomach directly affects your brain's stress response. Psychologically, this habit develops what we call interoceptive awareness, your ability to read your body's signals. This is a core component of emotional intelligence and feminine energy. When you release physical tension, you're also releasing emotional tension. Your brain interprets relaxed muscles as safety, which activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the biological state of feminine energy. The movement psychology connection. Habit number 8, take daily walks without consuming content. This isn't about exercise, it's about neuroplasticity. Walking activates the production of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which literally grows new brain cells. But here's the key. Walking without headphones allows your brain to enter what neuroscientists call the default mode network. This is when your brain makes new connections, processes emotions, and accesses creative insights. Research from Stanford University shows that walking increases creative thinking by 60%. From a feminine energy perspective, this is about trusting your inner wisdom over constant external input. Psychologically, walking in silence develops self-trust. You're proving to your subconscious mind that you can be alone with yourself and find it pleasant rather than anxiety-provoking. Ashabi 9E, the transition ritual psychology. Habit number 9, create a daily transition ritual between work and rest. This is based on temporal psychology, how your brain processes time and transitions. Without clear boundaries, your brain stays in productivity mode, even when you want to relax. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that people with transition rituals have 40% better work-life balance and significantly lower burnout rates. Your ritual could be changing clothes, lighting a candle, taking a shower, or simply sitting quietly for 5 minutes. The key is consistency. You're training your brain to shift gears. Psychologically, this ritual tells your nervous system, it's safe to relax now. I can move from doing mode to being mode. This is the essence of feminine energy, the ability to receive rather than constantly give. Habi Tunde, the creative flow psychology. Habit number 10, engage in creative, non-productive activities before bed. This could be coloring, journaling, or any activity that has no goal except enjoyment. This activates what psychologists call flow state, when your brain produces alpha waves associated with relaxation and creativity. Research from Johns Hopkins University shows that creative activities before bed improve sleep quality by 67% and reduce anxiety by 45%. Why? Because creativity moves you out of your analytical mind and into your intuitive mind. From a feminine energy perspective, this is about valuing pleasure and play as legitimate activities, not just productivity and achievement. You're programming your subconscious, I am worthy of joy for its own sake. Now, here's what happens when you implement all 10 habits consistently for 30 days. Week 1, your nervous system begins to regulate. You'll notice less anxiety and better sleep. Week 2, your confidence increases as your brain produces more positive neurochemicals. Week 30, your decision-making improves as you access your prefrontal cortex more consistently. Week 4A, you experience what I call psychological integration, where these habits become automatic. The transformation isn't just behavioral, it's neurological. You're literally rewiring your brain for feminine energy. If this video helped you understand the psychology behind feminine energy, please like and subscribe. I create content like this every week to help you understand the science behind personal transformation. In the comments, tell me which habit will you start implementing today. And if you want to dive deeper into the psychology of personal change, check out my playlist on neuroplasticity and behavior modification. Remember, feminine energy isn't about being passive, it's about being psychologically powerful. These habits will help you access that power. I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore the neuroscience behind confidence and self-worth. Until then, start implementing these habits and watch your life transform from the inside out.